My laptop is potato. My microphone is potato. My camera is potato. Welcome to the most potato video that you'll see this year. I am away from home with only my £500 6-year-old potato laptop for company. It sports a terrible dual-core processor but has a dedicated graphics card. An interesting combination that I haven't utilised enough. It's seen things that no laptop should see. It's been abused, chucked around and sat on. And now I'm going to bring it to its knees by running intensive games on it. I'm going to run each game on 3 different settings: lowest possible, normal, and normal streamed. Unfortunately, the first 2 will have to be captured using my potato camera, but the third will be streamed and captured using a second, more powerful computer, which is probably the reverse of how streaming was intended to be used. We'll start off with something easy: Counter-Strike Source. I got a very reasonable 140 frames per second with lowest everything, which plummeted to 52 FPS with everything on high and with 8 times anti-aliasing. You'll note the beautiful crack going down the screen. This is why you don't let friends borrow stuff. Let's see what happens if we stream it at these normal settings. Ouch. You can see that streaming doesn't do the frame rate any favours. Even a 10-year-old game can bring this laptop to its knees. It would be unfair to push it any further. So why not try Skyrim, Game of the Year 2011? Turns out that controlling it at low frames is harder than expected. There wasn't a set demo for Skyrim. Instead, I ran through an orc camp, shot some innocent people and then jumped into a lake, which I think sums up the gameplay pretty well. The frame rates were somewhere between slideshow and playable. I wouldn't recommend this setup for Skyrim. Once again, streaming was a stuttering disaster. But this isn't enough. The true question is, can it run Crysis? The answer is, it can, and surprisingly well considering the series' reputation. However, it reduces to a slideshow whenever enemies are on the screen, which isn't exactly ideal. By now it's apparent that streaming considerably saps performance. I struggled to punch a lock off the door and failed the jump tutorial. I doubt that Alcatraz will be getting any pussy tonight. I gave my laptop a bit of a rest in the form of Dishonored so that it could cool down a bit, since even the keys were getting hot to the touch. The game ran fairly well on low and normal, and even though it was painful to stream, it granted me some kind of invincibility, and I was able to beat all of the guards with just a sword. The ragdolls were awesome in slow motion as well. This laptop still got it, even if the fans were approaching ultrasonic frequencies by this stage. Well done, laptop, you've done well. Let's treat you with Tomb Raider 1. Oh sorry, did I just load up the new one? For this benchmark I had to hunt down a deer, which became increasingly difficult as the details were raised. Benny Hill would have been proud of the streaming version. Poor Vexy was stuck there watching the entire ordeal, wondering what the hell I was doing as I rushed to extinguish a fire that had ignited from beneath my laptop. And finally, for the most difficult of benchmarks, Shogun 2 Total War. My laptop begged me not to, but I had to in the name of science. Actually, it did remarkably well at lowest everything. It looked so bad that I got the urge to boot up the original Shogun again, but I refused as I prepared for the streaming test. Here is the stream. My laptop stuttered and gagged as lava gushed out of every fan grill. As the benchmark reached the end, a powerful blast ripped through the room and out into the streets, shattering every window in the neighbourhood. As women and children began lamenting, I decided to stop this test. My laptop had had enough. So in conclusion, this laptop can run games. It can even run modern ones, provided DirectX 11 isn't required. But I don't think that I want to play them on it, and can't wait until I get my main PC back again next week. But until then, I'm stuck with this, now, baked potato.